Elon Musk and his companies constantly take the spotlight with technological advancements or bad press, or it's the man himself making statements on Twitter that go viral or being embroiled in another scandal. But his children, and there are a lot, don't show up in the news quite as often. So who are they? Does he spread his time equally between all 10 despite many having different mothers? Join us in today's video. We'll discover how this expansive family dynamic works and if his children have the same tumultuous relationship with their father as Elon Musk has with his own. The world's richest person famously claimed to be homeless. Not owning a home, he couch surfs his way through his work weeks. He tweeted in 2020 that he would sell nearly all his possessions and backed this up by telling Ted that he doesn't own a home. His on-again, off-again girlfriend, Grimes, has also claimed that they often live below the poverty line. This begs the question, what lifestyle do his children lead? They certainly don't live in poverty and grew up in the lap of luxury. Generally speaking, Musk keeps his personal life closely guarded, offering only brief glimpses through social media and interviews. But we can still get a good idea of his approach to parenting and being a solid partner for the women he's been with. Most of Elon Musk's wealth is tied up in stocks, so his net worth is constantly in flux, and his ex-wives are set to benefit from his lucrative stock options. Instead of a traditional allowance, the ladies in his life have vested interests in his companies. Talulah Riley, for example, was gifted a 12% stake in Tesla and SpaceX and a 5% stake in any future company started by Musk in the 10 years following the divorce. That could equate to millions, if not billions of dollars if she plays her cards right. Justine Wilson, the mother of 5 of Musk's children, was gifted at least 3 Tesla cars over the years. His impressive history in real estate shows us that he takes good care of his oldest kids, including their mother. Over their 15 years together, they lived in a 45,000 square foot LA mansion spread over 1.5 acres. It offered plenty of space for the growing family with 6 bedrooms and 8 bathrooms. He took it one step further, buying a property next door for the nanny with plenty of room for the kids to stay over as well. Musk does enjoy the outdoors, so it's no surprise he added a 6,500 square foot family getaway near Lake Tahoe, one of the gems of the Sierra Nevada mountains. Outside of material wealth, parenting style is dictated by how they grew up themselves, either modeling their own parents or vowing to do the opposite. Musk falls into the latter category, as he's extremely vocal about his less-than-ideal upbringing. He claims his father was an evil, absent man who constantly belittled Elon as a child. And when Elon worked to get out, going to Canada for school, his father told him he'd be back in less than a year with his tail between his legs. As a result of his harsh childhood, Musk puts a great deal of effort into being a great father to his own 9 living children. He admits how difficult it is to raise them, even though he only has them for about half the week. Even though Musk is frugal in his own life, his kids have still grown up with exceptional experiences that he realizes have skewed their interpretation of reality. While he doesn't spend his money on elaborately themed birthday parties for his kids like the Kardashian clan, they do get to gallivant around the world with Elon as he attends business meetings across the globe. On a work trip to China, he took his twin and triplet sons along with him so they could see the Great Wall of China and ride the bullet train to see the Terracotta Warriors. And in 2015, he took the boys to Monaco for the Grand Prix, where they got to hang out with the Prince and Princess of Monaco. When these sorts of experiences didn't elicit his expected reaction of awe and gratitude that they were able to enjoy such unique adventures, Elon realized that it bothered him that his kids weren't being hardened in the same way he had been. A problematic trade-off considering he wants to do right by his children without putting them in harm's way as he was. One notable field trip he took his kids on was to Walmart at the height of the pandemic. His family was unlikely to have been affected in the same way many families were, struggling to find essential products like masks, sanitizer, and toilet paper in the early months of COVID-19's grip. He wanted to verify that these shortages were happening and ensure his kids were aware of the struggle, even if it resulted from panicked purchasing and hoarding rather than genuine need. He's worked hard to create balance for his kids, instilling discipline and boundaries for them. Like most young children, when his triplets and youngest twins were growing up, They loved playing video games and would rather do that than just about anything else. He doesn't fight them on it, but does have a few ground rules. First, all video games have to be educational in some way. The lowest caliber game he'll allow is Angry Birds. According to him, there's at least some physics involved in determining each bird's flight path. Secondly, the kids are required to spend twice as much time reading as they do gaming. This is likely rooted in Elon's childhood, where he found great comfort in books, saying in interviews that books raised him more than his parents or housekeeping staff. Education is paramount for Musk, using his children as inspiration for creating his own private schooling system called Astra, where his children and some of his employees' children receive their education. He still knows the importance of blowing off steam, though. Each year, he takes all the kids on a huge camping trip, away from the prying eyes of the media, where he can just enjoy family time with the kids. He's also admitted that the mothers take on a much more significant role during the early months and years of his kids' lives. On-again, off-again partner Grimes is taking on most of the work with their son, a-xii, and the twins that were recently born to Neuralink executive Siobhan Zillis are far too young to have a clear picture of his parenting intentions. But much of what we know about Elon as a father is rooted in his children's youth. His oldest twin boys are old enough to drive, and the triplets aren't far behind. What are the relationships like now? Here's a quick rundown of each of his children's current ages, who their mothers are, and what passions or careers they're currently following, if they've chosen to share that information with the world. Nevada Alexander Musk. Unfortunately, Nevada didn't live to see his first birthday. Elon's first son, born in 2002 with his first wife, Justine Wilson, died of sudden infant death syndrome. It was a stark reminder that all the money in the world couldn't prevent every illness. Griffin Musk. Griffin, now 18, has no social media presence. The most recent photo that has surfaced of him is when he had the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to meet the Pope with his father and 3 of his brothers. Perhaps one of the most telling things about Griffin and all the kids is how little information there is about them. They don't get into trouble taking dad's Teslas for joy rides, nor do they make headlines living as rebellious teens. The twins' mother is Musk's first wife, Justine Wilson. Vivian Jenna Wilson. Born with the given name Xavier and biologically male, the second half of Elon's oldest twins asked at age 18 to be recognized as female. She's applied to make the change legally, stating in no uncertain terms that she does not want to be related to her biological father in any way, shape, or form. While there's no publicized drama between the two, it's clear that there's a deep divide between them. It could have been exacerbated by a series of memes Musk shared that many viewed as transphobic. That would undoubtedly be hurtful to his daughter, who is transgender. He's also shared a tweet saying he supports transgender people, but contradicted his message by following up with the opinion that pronoun specificity is an aesthetic nightmare. Triplets Kai, Saxon, and Damian Musk. Kai, now 15, keeps his life just as private as his father. He has a seldom-used Twitter profile where he supports his father fully, often retweeting Tesla and SpaceX news. He has a lot of pride in the work his father does, recently tweeting a photo of Elon with the caption, "Make a habit of trying new things." But overall, very little is known about the kids. Their mother is also Justine Wilson, and the triplets appear to enjoy hanging out with their dad, recently seen with the Pope and their older brother Griffin. a-xii and a-xii dark Sidereal. These siblings, separated by about 2 years, have Canadian musician Grimes as their mother. a-xii, born May 2020, has one of the most unique names around, prompting Grimes to help everyone with pronunciation. Pronounced a-xii, the name has several inspirations, including the couple's favorite non-weaponized military jet. a-xii sister, a-xii dark Sidereal, was welcomed into the world in 2022, and her name is based on supercomputing terms, dark matter, and the Lord of the Rings elven princess Galadriel. One thing's for sure, Grimes has certainly upped the ante when it comes to coining one-of-a-kind names for her children. Zillis twins. This story made headlines recently. Elon has fathered twins with top Neuralink executive Siobhan Zillis, and they were born in November 2021. There's not much known about the twin infants, but court documents show a petition that's since been granted changing their last names to Musk to solidify the connection to their father. When the news broke, Elon, perhaps unsurprisingly, gave a very blasé response to the purported scandal. His simple reply was that he was doing his part to solve the declining population crisis that the world faces, even though millions live in poverty without enough resources to support entire communities. He quipped that the population of Mars is still zero. His mindset towards terrestrial problems on Earth seems to be his absolute faith that we'll eventually colonize other planets using their resources to support an ever-increasing population. Time will tell if he'll add more children to his brood, but he certainly doesn't seem interested in apologizing for the ones he's already helped bring into the world. That's all for today's video. Did we miss any critical facts about this large and diverse family tree? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. And if you'd like to see more Elon Musk news and deep dives, consider subscribing. Until next time.